Hello my treasures, it's time for a new Hearthstone set to be here, March of the Lich King. And for this set, we got the return of an old classic, Casino Mage. And I figured why not do a twist on Casino Mage and use the questline for Mage in order to get a easier win condition. While I do know Grand Magister Rommath can actually backfire quite gloriously if you do have a bunch of direct damaging spells randomly generated off of the other cards within this deck, it is still a really funny combo to try to win the game with. And it wouldn't be a Casino Mage without a little bit of risk now, would it? The main thing that you need to know about this deck is when you're randomly generating cards, direct damage spells aren't really necessarily the best choices that you can actually get, though that does allow you to win through the questline really easily. If you want to go for a really big Grand Magister win, you're going to want to choose cards that will generate other additional spells such as Rune of the Archmage, or even cards like Drake Fire Amulet to generate you a bunch of dragons whenever you slam this down. But most of the time, if you can get a solid alibi on board before you place down a Grand Magister, you will be in a pretty good position to not actually accidentally OTK yourself. For the Mulligan guide of the deck, Wildfire is always a great card to keep in your open hand, as this will allow you to scale up your hero power and thus deal with a lot of your opponent's early game threats. Cards that will generate you random spells such as Suspicious Alchemist, Ruined Orb, or even your Spell Coiler, which will always be online because of the questline. Flurry is also really good to keep in your opening hand, and so is things like Arcane Intellect and Vast Wisdom. These both act as a very similar role within the deck to either draw you into additional cards or generate you additional cards. With that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Priest. I wonder which type of Priest deck this is going to be. Is it going to be OTK, questline, something else? There's a lot of little different possibilities. I think this is the game where... Okay, so I do remember that Spell Coiler actually does auto-trigger no matter what with the questline. Oh, I did not want to see Grand Magister right now. Oh, their questline. Did questline actually get anything good in this set? Don't think they really did, but we're just going to play down our questline. We're going to have to burn them out before they can finish their questline because we aren't running anything like Theatar within this deck, making it a little bit harder to actually deal with. Well, we do have the Spell Coiler, so we can grab Arcane Overflow is actually pretty decent, but let's go with the Deep Breath, mainly because we don't have any fire spells in hand, and this is going to do a bunch of damage anyways whenever we do want to use it. Probably going to freeze them out next turn and then use Babbling Book would be my assumption, and maybe a hero power just to ping their face for it by a little bit. Yeah, let's freeze them out. See what Babbling Book gets us. Ruined Orb. Let's just hit their face with that too. Yeah, let's go with the Sunwell. Why not? Okay. Psyche. Not going to really do anything against us right now. Ooh, we could coin out the Deep Breath, but I don't know if that's going to actually do enough damage if we do. We do have the Sunwell. We could use the Sunwell and then use the coin to get anything out of our hand, like the Rune Orb, to be honest. Ooh, actually, for Quoth the Loss actually helps a lot. How do we want to do this math? We do that there. Then we can just attack this, then go face. Hexen, that doesn't do much. We can actually steal our minion back next turn with the Deep Breath if we really feel like it. And it does complete the first step of our questline. Oh, Wildfire is really tempting. But I think we're just going to do it like this. Minimizes the damage we're taking, plus gets our minion back. And it doesn't really matter what we top deck here because we can't use it anyways. Arcane Intellect isn't bad. Light Shower Elemental. Well, let's just use that. Vast Wisdom could be really nice. We can also hero power and then just hit that. We're missing a play that we could have done in our hand, but it's fine. It wasn't the worst play that we possibly could have had, but it isn't the best play that we probably could have. Ooh. Now, one time I would love a Polymorph. Come on, we have Vast Knowledge. Just give me a Polymorph. Oh, well, we're going to do this first. Ah, okay. Oh, perfect. Polymorph. One time we needed it. I'm assuming they don't have any direct damaging spells. There's only really one in Priest, so I'm not worried about giving them 2 spell damage, I think that is. You do need to hit through that somehow, though. Oh, I guess we do have the Deathborn, so that could work. Oh, the second Wildfire. We do need a fire spell. What do we want to do here? We also need Frost. And that's probably not the best way to do that. But we can see what we... Oh, that is not something I wanted to actually do. Sometimes I forget how many steps that I'm actually on. That could really backfire quickly if they have a Mutanus in hand. There's a few cards that could make... But yeah, there's a few ways that could backfire. I don't know if they have any of it. We're going to burn whatever they give us, which is going to be a little bit sad. And they are going to get it anyways, so... Okay, that's actually a perfectly fine card to burn. I would have preferred to actually use it, but it's still fine. Copycat, so we can't actually play down our questline reward right away. Of course, we burned Deathborn. We're going to want to minimize damage, I think, so we're going to kill that. She will give them for direct damage, and we're just going to hope we generate enough random spell damage to actually get through their 40 HP before they complete their questline. But it doesn't look like they're completing it that quickly, so that's pretty nice for us. Oh, Drown. That is not a card I wanted to see, especially because they can just play it later on. I guess they don't have too many direct damaging cards, so it shouldn't matter too much in theory. There's a few ideas that we could probably do here. Let's just use Siphon Soul though. Get rid of it and then ping this. See what we randomly generate. Ooh. Howling Blast is probably the better bet out of everything, because I don't think the other two do anything for us, and we have a pretty full hand and a lot of draw power anyways. Okay, I don't think this is going to do that much, but it might be a little bit annoying dealing with the 5 damage that they'll be able to do every other turn. So it does put us on a little bit of a quicker clock. And they do have 45 HP. Okay, let's see what we can grab. Arcane Bolt or Siphon Mana. Siphon Mana is probably better in the long run. Fast Wisdom. Solid Alibi is exactly what we need to see. Arcane Bolt is really nice. Just hit their face. We could use Fast Wisdom again to see if we generate anything cool. Ruined Orb. Burst Flame. Just going to go face to do more damage. Arcane Defender, sure, why not? Isn't the best pickup, but it isn't the worst. At 5, they recognize their win condition. Put something from the bottom of the deck. Oh, they're going to put our questline reward to the top of the deck. Of course, we burned the second one of those. That would have been real nice to keep along. Let's just hit their face and then put these two up. They'll probably have Whirlpool or something to deal with this, but better than nothing. And we can use the Solid Alibi before the Grand Magister so we don't accidentally kill ourselves. Of course, they're going to have the Whirlpool. They always have it whenever you don't want them to have it. Oh, that could be nice. Let's see what we randomly get. Rune is really nice. Let's just use that. Use Cold Case. Draw a few cards, why not? Come on, get us something good. Ooh, that is something good. And that could be something really good. Depending on... actually, that's not the worst thing we could have randomly generated. I'm assuming they probably won't pick the right card, because we didn't play the runes after we got it. Oh, it looks like they did. Or maybe they didn't. Okay, so they didn't. They have the questline reward, which is going to be a pain. Just need to beat them before they can finish their own quest. I think Rune of Art. Ooh. I think we can get rid of that with the minions we have on board. We could also play down the Reckless Apprentice to try to trigger that, but that was stupid. I honestly should have just kept going face, or kept attacking into it, and then used the runes. Oh, Frozen Touch can be pretty nice right about now. We can go face. And then let's go face again. Probably should have saved that for a little bit later, but it's still fine. I see the path to victory, which is not that hard to actually do if we play our cards right. Though we might have to do something incredibly stupid, but I will take that risk. I think we're still in a pretty winning position even if we do what I'm thinking about doing. There's at 30 HP. Oh, I see why I did it the way I did it last turn. Because that guaranteed us the Fire Eye for the following up turn if we really need to use it. Okay, let's just go face. Let's use runes just to see what we can randomly generate, and that does set up our Grand. Did not want to see that. We do set up Grand Magister really nicely next turn. Oh, we have regular Magister for next turn too. Come on, hit their face. Yeah, that's what we wanted to see. Perfect, a solid alibi. That's exactly what we needed to see. I think that was actually the riskier play than just playing the Magister last turn. Because if we did, we would have had guaranteed a solid alibi. Usually generating a solid alibi is going to be guarantee winning you the game. Even with a Grand Magister that can backfire incredibly spectacularly for your opponent, I guess. There was a game where I lost, I think, 10 cast rolls in a row, which just straight up killed myself. It was the only way I was going to win, but perfect. I don't really care. We only have a few cards in deck. Let's go face. We could do something really stupid, or we could do something really smart. It's late enough in testing that I really want to try this again. Smart thing would be Fire Eye and Hero Power. I know, but this is funnier. I can't resist the meme. Come on, not our face. Perfect. Come on. Okay, Sunwell. Coin. Oh, okay. Attack on our own hero. Perfect. Okay, we got more spell damage. That does nothing. Jackpot does nothing because we have... Come on, their face. Yeah. Okay. Come on, their face. No, it's our face. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Oh, please don't accidentally kill myself. There's the solid alibi. Come on. Frozen Touch. Oh, that would have been really bad. That would have been really bad. Of course, 2 of those. Okay, time for a game against Mage. I wonder if this is going to be a semi-mirror match. Okay. Put this down. I actually don't mind our opening hand. It could be really nice. I wonder if this is the game where I really wanted to choose a Wildfire, but I ended up not because it... Oh, no, it wasn't. Let's see what we get. Ooh. Ruined Orb is probably what I'm going to grab. And then we're just going to pass the turn. I should have played the other Alchemist. That would have been so much better. Sometimes you misplay. Okay, they whiffed, so we don't give them any spell. That's nice. My opponents have whiffed that card more times than they've actually gotten when I was playtesting this. So we can just go face. See what we randomly generate. Ooh, Sunwell is probably the best option, but I think I might choose Hot Streak just because it doesn't really do anything. Oh, Life Sentence could be really nice. Yeah, going for a Hot Streak almost guarantees that they're not going to get this one correct. And even if they do, perfect. They're not going to get any use out of it outside of maybe a Wildfire discount by 1. This sets up any 2-turn fire play that we actually really want to do. A Prismatic Elemental. Let's use Cold Case. Let's go face. And we could use the Hot Streak just to rub it in their face a little bit. See if we can draw into the Wildfire. Aw, never lucky. They're going to draw 2 cards. Okay, so I'm assuming they are Casino Mage. We're just playing a little bit of a different version of what they're playing. Okay, want to do some... Oh, maybe they're not Casino Mage. Maybe they are Arcane. We're going to have to try to outburn them before they can burn us, which is going to be a very, very difficult ask to do. Ooh, solid alibi is always nice there. Hold of Cone is decent too. We still need a frost spell, so we might freeze their minion out. Let's just freeze them out. We need some space in our hand so we don't burn these. Gotta love seeing a flurry, especially because it gives us a 1 mana discount. Would have preferred that to be on something else. Please don't tell me this is the game that I screw up the... Oh, okay. Perfect. Oh, we didn't have an empty hand, so we couldn't even get the wildfire. It's okay. It's okay. I've done worse with this deck. I'm really bad at doing questline decks because I'll sometimes forget how full my hand is, and then I'll just play down the last card to finish a questline accidentally, and then it goes downhill from there. Okay, so we have fire. This will get us... Sure, wildfire is exactly what we needed. We could complete our questline this turn because it is mage. I'm assuming they're not going to have anything to steal out of our hand. I mean, they could have Theotar, but most people aren't running Theotar nowadays.
I've heard of it.
Put this down. Their solid alibi right now could be really annoying. We actually probably should have used ours, to be honest, there. Let's just hit their face for 1 damage. A solid alibi number 2. Do we still have a polymorph in hand? No. Oh, life sentence actually could be really nice. Yeah, we won't have to deal with that. Get rid of their spell damage. Let's use solid alibi to delay them from killing us for a turn or two. Then let's just go face. Let's hope we get a solid alibi out of this. I very much doubt we are going to, but getting additional HP could be really nice. And that... Oh, thank you. That hit our own face, we might have been in a really bad position. Getting additional armor there isn't bad. Okay, I don't actually matter into what we just did. We're at 3 damage on this. They're at 10. I am very, very worried about the maximum damage output of that deck. At this point, come on, please don't have it. Fire cell. Oh, that isn't good. The mana bolts, or whatever the hell they're called, are 1 mana, right? It only requires 1 to make them 0. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea to introduce into the game. And that is a card that I was really scared of. This could end very poorly. So each of these are going to do 6 damage for 0 mana. Alright, can they burn through our armor? Are we going to escape this turn? We are. Okay, so that's 3 damage there. Oh, man, that was a close one. That could have ended incredibly poorly. That might have been an interesting little twist that we could have done with Questline 2. Okay,
Behold the magic of death.
That sounds louder than it should be, in my opinion. I don't think it actually is, but it does sound a little bit louder than I think it is. Okay. Man, the animation on this is actually really, really nice. Let's generate something. I think, honestly, they probably will be able to guess what we just chose. I don't know, maybe they'll think we're going to choose Hot Streak. Hot Streak might have been the better option, to be honest, just to complete the questline a little bit quicker. Okay, so they didn't get it right, and I'm assuming it's because they went with Hot Streak. But this doesn't really backfire against us, even if they did it. Their Blood Decay. Alright, let's, of course. I'm going to go for Hot Streak. Ooh, oh. And I think Alchemist next turn, see if we can randomly generate anything that kills everything on the board. I'm assuming they're trying to get their HP pool up to as high as humanly possible. Given what cards that they've been playing. I did consider the Venomous Scorpids actually for my deck list. I just didn't really have room, slash I thought the Naga pool would be a little bit more consistent. Or like a little bit better. I'm gonna go with this. We are going to ping this. Come on, free. That might actually be a really easy guess for them to get the Arcane Overflow. Or not? Okay. The easiest guess of them all is if there's a wildfire in the pool. Right, we're just going to kill that. Waits the first step. Gets us a 6/6. Draws us a spell. Arcane Intellect, so that will draw us 2 more spells. I'm glad I didn't go with Demon Hunter because it looks like the Scythe is actually bugged. I actually don't think I have the Scythe action now that I'm thinking about it. That was a card that I was really, really looking forward to using. Let's just actually kill everything, get 3 minions. That's a little bit... Oh, perfect. Out of all the cards that it could have burned, that is the perfect card for us. Because I wonder if they actually have a win condition at this point. Very interesting that they're probably full blood, and they don't really have arcane, so we're gonna use this. Come on, Frostspell. I mean, I did ask for a Frostspell. I think I'm going to go with Arcane Bolt. Ooh, that's a Frostspell that we actually want to see. We'll just go face. We have no other fire spell, so we're just going to use it. Man, it must suck burning all those cards. I am really curious of how this list looks that they're playing right now. Ah. Okay. Oh, they randomly generated it, so it doesn't necessarily mean that they have it. That does give us a clock, though. That's the main problem. Okay, so they are probably centered around this card. They just ended up generating it. Well, let's get this. Perfect. Go face. Go face. Use this. This targets random targets, right? It doesn't actually hit the exact targets. Because if it hits the exact targets, this could win us the game straight out this game. We're going to be taking 6 damage instead. Have 7. How do we want to do this? Let's see what we get. I don't think this does anything here. Unless we freeze it out. Oh. Okay, we're just going to use this. We are sitting at 7 on dit board. Oh, we have lethal. Oh, no, we don't. We don't have enough damage there. Get RNG our way here, but I'm going to play a little bit smarter. I don't think they have enough damage. We have the 10 damage there. Plus the 5. I'm really tempted to just slam this down because I really want to see if it would win us the game. Because it, in theory, should. It's just... This guarantees us the game. This technically does not. We go for the memes? Yeah, we go for the memes. Alright. That did not do what I wanted it to do. Oh, it did kill that, though. Okay, so it does hit random targets. Which makes this deck a lot worse than I... Oh, please don't hit our own face. That makes this deck a lot worse than I originally expected. You live and you learn, but we're still going to go down the Casino Mage package for this. I think that might have lost us the game, too. Oh? Maybe? Is there at 10? Oh, no, it did not lose us the game. It got us pretty damn close to losing it, but I think we still have lethal. Yeah, they don't have enough mana to do anything. I'll take that as a top deck too. I had to test it out, you know? You live and you learn. I'm just glad that this didn't backfire as hard as I expected it to. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts on the deck. Overall, this deck was a really pleasant surprise outside of the game that I completely threw because I tried to win with Grand Magister Rommath. That game I was probably not going to win anyways, but it made for a very glorious clip that will be on the channel in maybe 2 or 3 days, depending on when I get around to it. Honestly, if you've been looking for a Casino Mage list, this is a perfect opportunity for you. And it also allows you to use a quest line that will be rotating out pretty soon. Honestly, most games that I actually played with this deck, the ones that I lost, none of them really felt like I lost by a large margin. Most of them were lost to maybe 1 or 2 misplays on my behalf, choosing the wrong card here and there. But it turns out most people aren't going to expect something like this right now because everyone is playing Death Knights. Basically, if you want to release your inner Yogg, this is the perfect deck for you. Like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.